Hi guys, today I'm going to talk about all of my autumn favourites. In true autumn fashion, I've just sat down to film and at that very moment it goes super cloudy outside, so I think the lighting's going to be really kind of bad and white and grey and it just looks really dark in here, which was not the intention of me filming this morning because it was really dark last time I filmed, so I was trying to make it better. I think it's just as bad as when I filmed at like 4:30 last weekend. But anyway, I'm going to talk about all of my autumn favourites because even though November is technically still autumn, like it's starting to get proper cold now, starting to feel Christmassy and think about winter, so I just wanted to talk about the last few months and what I've been really enjoying. First one is a bit of music. So at work I use Amazon Music. It's kind of like Spotify. I just look up artists and kind of see what I'm in the mood for, and I've become like a proper Swiftie in the past couple of months. I really liked Taylor Swift's 1989 album. I absolutely loved it. Like, me and Amy did the Taylor Swift tag years ago, which I'll probably link somewhere because it's hilarious. But yeah, I liked her album, I've liked the odd song, but I've proper listened to like her backlog, and it makes me feel like a 14-year-old kid again because I'm just listening to like Mean, where she's talking about all these horrible bullies, and I'm just like, yeah, even though I'm sat there 21 at work and like can't really relate to high school bullies and like liking a cute boy and all that kind of stuff. But I've just been loving Taylor Swift. Yeah, I really love Mean, Hours, Mine. They're all very like singular word titles, and the whole Red album as well I've really gotten into, and I do like a new song as well. So yeah, I just really like Taylor Swift now and I actually really hope that I get the chance to see her soon. Moving on to some book favourites. You might have heard me talk about these in things like wrap-ups and reviews, or maybe that's coming up soon, I'm not sure when this video is going up, but I have had two book favourites in the past couple of months. The first one's obviously quite a big one, and that is the release of Turtles All the Way Down, and I have this really awesome like orange tote bag, which, well, Turtles tote bag is not just orange, that my friend Rachel got me because she works at Waterstones, and she just sent me it as a complete surprise because she saw my vlog where I talked about how excited I was for Turtles, and in it is all kind of goodies like a bookmark and a postcard, lots of really cute things, a little wristband as well. So yeah, I'm really happy that I have this tote bag, but obviously that is because of the new book. If you saw my vlog, you know that this was a really big deal for me for this to come out. I was so excited, and to add to that favourite, I ordered a signed copy from America and I was over the moon because I got a rare signature, which I honestly never thought would happen because I ordered 2 copies of Tifios to try and get a rare one, and I didn't, and the odds were not in my favour this time, and I not only got a blue scribble, which is like a rarer colour, I also got a Hanklerfish, which is just means the world to me. It really does, because he's not coming to UK on his tour or anything, so to have a special signed copy like this literally means so much. I don't want to talk about this book too much because I do have a full review, and I did have some mixed feelings on it. It wasn't like my new favourite book of the year, but I really loved it. I really appreciated it, and I think one of my favourite things, if anything, was the hype around this book and my feelings going to get it, and it's just a really special day, and I think it'll really like sit in my mind, like vlogging it and reviewing it and all the hype and everything. And yeah, and having a new John Green book this year is just crazy to me. And the other bookish favourite is Queen of Shadows by Throne of Glass, and I'm so glad to be saying this because I loved the Throne of Glass series, like the Assassin's Blade, Throne of Glass and Crown of Midnight. I loved it. It was like one of my favourite series. I really loved it to bits and pieces. And then I read Air of Fire and just didn't like it. Compared to Crown of Midnight, I just hated it. I didn't like the new characters, I didn't like the direction of the story, I didn't like the setting, and it made me really just kind of want to stop reading the series. I thought, no, I just don't care anymore. I kind of want to just pretend it's a trilogy of like Assassin's Blade to Crown of Midnight. But then I read this book and I devoured it pretty quickly. It's a big book, and I read about half in a week and then the other half I read in a few days, and I loved everything about it. I feel really reconnected to all the characters again. It's kind of like what happened with Mortal Instruments. But yeah, I really love all of these characters. I love the dynamics and relationships between all of them. It just made me so happy to be back and invested in this series, and I'm just chuffed. I love autumn anyway, and it's definitely one of my favourite seasons, and I had all the excitement of getting a brand new job, which probably counts as a favourite to be fair, because I was chuffed to be starting my job. Really happy, I'm really enjoying it. It's so like fulfilling, it's really like challenging work, and I'm just enjoying it. Like, it's been weird to get used to working life and very tiring, but I feel like I'm kind of there now in terms of the routine of it. And I've just been really enjoying that, and it's kind of really got me out of the slump I was getting in late summer, just not having really anything to do. So I definitely think working And my new job was a big plus. If you didn't know, I'm a junior marketing assistant, so I'm doing things from writing blog posts and emails to get sent out to people, to ordering like gifts to give away at events. I'm helping organise events. I'm making like welcome packs for new customers. I'm just doing lots of stuff, but I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it, and I'm very happy. And my whole like new life it's brought along with it as well. I now have money, not a lot, but I'm getting there with money, and I can kind of actually start getting myself good quality things, like a good quality coat and a good quality pair of shoes. Always had to rely on Primark before then, and yeah, so that is definitely a nice thing to have happened. This time of year also always makes me think of Harry Potter, and I've been rereading the series, but also in October, as well as like new changes, new job, Tittles All the Way Down, I also got to see Harry Potter and the Cursed Child parts 1 and 2 in London, in the theatre place. And I feel so privileged to have been able to see this, and I've really got to thank my boyfriend's mum, because it was her that bought the tickets and managed to get tickets, because it was really difficult and it was obviously quite an expensive thing to do, and it was such a lovely treat, and we've been waiting for it for like over a year now, and I can't really believe it's happened and it's gone by already. It was a crazy day, like it was so good. I'm really glad that I saw both parts in one day. If you're looking into tickets, especially I know it's moving to America soon, or when it eventually moves around the world, I would recommend seeing both parts in one day, because where part 1 ends is quite a cliffhanger, and I didn't want it to end like at the end of part 1. I didn't want it to stop. Like theatre can be quite tiring, and I thought I would feel quite like tired out and ready for a break, but honestly I could have definitely sat through a bit more than I had. And part 2 I didn't like as much as part 1, but I did still really enjoy it. The way they did the magic and the staging effects were ridiculous. It was amazing. Partly it was like watching a magic show. It was also in a way like a musical, because there was a lot of like physical theatre, like moving and dancing, and a lot of music had a big impact, and it wasn't like a play in terms of just kind of slow, lots of talking. It was very kind of quick, and yeah, almost like watching a musical or something. And they had like a spinny stage, a bit like Les Mis does. But yeah, I'm also really glad that I read the book before, or the play script, before going to see it, because I was prepared to not really love the plot that much, which means I could kind of view it as a piece of theatre and not as a new Harry Potter story. And I did actually prefer the plot when I saw it performed. It does definitely enhance it, and you can see how certain scenes that read a bit weird actually look really good when they're performed. There were still bits of it I didn't appreciate, but I really enjoyed it, and I know it's really hard to get tickets. Not everyone can for lots of different reasons, but if you're ever in a position to think about it, I would really recommend it for any Harry Potter fan. It's just an amazing experience, and it's kind of something to add to the bank of Harry Potter experiences that you can have in your life, which just makes it really special. And all the acting was brilliant, and the music, and it was just a lovely experience. It's hard to describe. I'm just so glad that I've been lucky enough to go. In terms of the category of films and TV, I haven't actually been able to go to the cinema very much for me. Like I would normally go at least once every couple of weeks, and there's been a lot of films I really wanted to see that I haven't had the chance to, like the new Kingsman film and Christopher Robin film. And I want to see the Murder on the Orient Express film, but I'm going to read the book first. So I haven't been to cinema in ages, but I did go to a kind of special screening cinema thing, and I saw a movie called Love, Vincent, which is all about Vincent van Gogh. And if you haven't heard of this, it's pretty incredible. It's a film where the entire movie is made out of actual paintings, so it's not a visual effect. If you look up the trailer or something, you'll see it kind of looks like Vincent van Gogh's artwork, and that isn't some kind of special effect. It's not put on over the top. It's actual painters painted it, which is incredible, because it's kind of showing how they appreciating Vincent van Gogh's art style, and kind of further showing how much of an influence he's had on society. And the whole storyline was not actually following him, it was following another character who was delivering like a lost letter between Vincent and his brother Theo, and he wanted to deliver it to Theo, so he kind of journeys to, not Paris, but he journeys to deliver this letter, and it's all kind of, he gets caught up in the mystery of Vincent van Gogh's death, which at first I wasn't enjoying, because I was kind of like, ooh, it's kind of making this murder mystery out of his death when it's always kind of been discussed as a suicide, and didn't sit well with me. But then they really kind of pull it back at the end and make it a really touching message and story. And I think it is mostly based on fact as well. I really want to read the letters to kind of find how much they embellish and how much was really there, but I did get the impression that this whole kind of scenario did really happen, which was really nice. And you could tell that the paintings were real, because the way faces moved, you can tell that they filmed it as a film, and then I think it seemed like different artists got given a scene, so they'd be given just a short scene, because the way the art style did change between scenes, not dramatically because it was all in the style of Vincent van Gogh, but the way faces looked and the colours and things didn't change between scenes, which was interesting because you kind of saw how different artists interpreted different things. And I just loved it because I love Vincent van Gogh anyway. He's one of my favourite artists and I find him just a really inspirational person. And I would definitely recommend this for anyone that likes Vincent van Gogh or art, or just you want to watch something a bit different, because it does take a bit of getting used to, but I think it had a lot of layers of nice meaning to it and I loved it. I thought it was really good. I have been watching more TV than film though, and I have to mention The Great British Bake Off and Strictly Come Dancing, because they've just been the highlights of my week every single week for the past 6-7 weeks that they've been on now. Great British Bake Off is now finished. I really enjoyed the final, and it was something I shared with my dad as well. Like, we watched it together every week. We ate stroop waffles on the final, and it was just really, really lovely, and I just love that programme. It makes me so happy. I felt so attached to all the bakers, and I was gutted when quite a few of them went out, because all my favourites kind of went out, so none of the people I wanted to win did win, but I was happy with the winner. And it's just such a lovely programme that just shows the best in people, and it was amazing. I loved it. Same with Strictly. You can just tell everyone on the programme is having a great time. They all really care about each other. And I just love Strictly. Like, it makes my Saturday nights amazing. I just love sitting down to watch it every single week. And it really is a big highlight. I think that's it for all of my autumn favourites. I'm sure I've forgotten some things, but those are just kind of the general like books, movies, experiences that I've had in the past few months that I've really enjoyed. I've also had a lot of highlights with friends and family as well, just kind of doing nice things. So let me know down below some favourites you've had recently, either this month or in the past couple of months. I'd love to know, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye!